Zombie Go Boom. Kick undead ass.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another mind-blowing video from Zombie Go Boom. We are here live at Wizard World Comic Con in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Let's see what's inside, shall we? Hey, what's up, survivors? Welcome to another mind-blowing interview from Zombie Go Boom. I'm Chuck Murray, and I'm here with the Zombie King, Arthur SUYDAM.
Good to be here.
Man, not only have I read Marvel Zombies and just really geeked out on the art, but there is a lot of stuff that you do. Do you want to talk about Marvel Zombies, and then we can talk about everything else because you're just...
What would you like to know?
What was it like to make zombie heroes into zombies? Was that an interesting, different concept? Obviously, it had never been done before.
Right. Yeah, that was great. Basically, when we were first working on putting that whole thing together, it was kind of thought, everybody kind of thought this is going to be something that'll be interesting, but nobody will really notice it. And then, so Robert and I worked on a series. He was my partner on a series, and ended up being the best-selling trade of all time for Marvel. And that's actually what broke the zombie phenomenon and what made zombies a household word. And following that, Plants vs. Zombies and then the Walking Dead TV show and everything else kind of followed after that. World War Z and everything else. Basically, my concept of doing zombies, whenever I'm classically trained. You know, I had an uncle who studied with Norman Rockwell, and I inherited his workbooks. And so from those workbooks, I learned a lot of the skills of the great illustrators of the 1940s, 50s, and 60s. So when it came time for me to tackle zombies, and I decided I was going to work on some zombie things, I looked at it as a troubleshooting mission. So I looked at zombies and decided what did I like about zombie films and zombie TV shows, and what did I like about them, and so what could I do to really improve them and maybe make the best zombie stuff of all time. So part of that was that I thought that zombies should be, number one, they should be fun. It should be a lot of fun to play around with them. And color-wise, most of the zombie movies were kind of dark and gray and the color of a potato. And I decided to take a palette from the French Impressionism school, basically, bring bright colors and beautiful colors into the zombie world and make them very colorful, and then make them fun and give each one its own personality. So that was another fault that I found with the zombies from a lot of the, I'll say, the mediocre stuff in the 60s and 70s, was that they made all the zombies the same. It was basically a skull with a shirt on, or a skull and a dress, or something like that. So I thought it was, let's take each zombie, give him his own personality, so he has his own preferences. Like with Wolverine, I took him, I decided he was going to be a caviar man, so he liked eyeballs. He didn't care about the rest of the body. He just really wanted the eyeballs, and he would fight the other zombies over who gets the eyeballs, that kind of thing. With Cyclops, I decided that we're going to take his head off, and he's going to carry his head around, and when he shoots his rays out, it's going to come from a decapitated head. So I tried to do that with each zombie to make each one different from all the rest, so that they kind of stood out and had a personality of their own. You know, I came from a school that was a recreation of the Atelier School of Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci, and Raphael. Based on their notes from the 15th and 16th century, they rebuilt the school, the Atelier School, in my neighborhood. It ended up being like 4 blocks from my neighborhood, and the school was 99% anatomy, so I had to do autopsies all day long. I had to paint cadavers, draw cadavers, and sculpt cadavers. And so we were in refrigerators with bodies hanging from the ceilings from hooks, and then lay it out on the tables. We had to take them apart and then put them back together again. And so I was reading comics at the time and then watching horror movies. You put it all together, and Marvel Zombies is what you get.
That's absolutely incredible. And you come from a long line of artists, is that true?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, there were 12, there were about a dozen artists in the 1800s at the advent of the Civil War who won American Fine Artists recognition worldwide for the first time. They were called the Hudson River Painters. 2 of those painters coincidentally happened to be SUYDAMs. So one was James SUYDAM and one was Henry SUYDAM, and their paintings hang in museums all over the world. following those guys, there was another SUYDAM named SUYDAM who ended up being America's foremost architectural artist. His artwork hangs in the White House and in the Museum of New York. They have a whole wing designated to just his artwork. So I'm kind of the new guy, and I don't do landscapes, but I do zombies.
Man, I think that's cooler. But and you're also a musician. You're a Grammy winner.
Well, Bruce won the Grammy, but it was yeah. So I have a dual career as a professional musician. I've been a studio lead guitar player and a studio lead vocalist for all my life, really. And a couple of years ago, about 4 years ago, my group, the Gotham Playboys, won the Grammy for Bruce Springsteen for Best Album of the Year for the Secret Sessions record. We did 3 albums with Bruce Springsteen.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate that, yeah.
And you're fantastic, and I was looking at that variant cover you did for The Walking Dead. It's really, really phenomenal work.
Oh, I appreciate that. Yeah, that's, I love The Walking Dead. For me, in terms of zombies, there's about 3 things that I can think of that I love in film-wise that have come out in zombies. One is The Night of the Living Dead, the original one. I love that. There was another film called Return of the Living Dead. It was kind of a comedy starring that Pathmark guy that did all the Pathmark commercials. I love that. And a lot of my buddies worked on that film. A lot of guys who worked on Alien and wrote Alien. It was actually written by Dan Abana, the same guy that wrote Alien, the Alien movie, first Alien movie. Those are the 2 films that I love. But my favorite zombie thing of all time is actually the Walking Dead TV show.
Oh yeah, it's very cool. I especially like the first season. But now you're working with George Romero. Is that correct?
Yes. Yeah. So I have the latest series that I'm working on is this one here. It's a team up with myself and George Romero from Marvel Comics. It's called Empire of the Dead. It's basically zombies competing with vampires over the food supply, which are the people running around in New York City. So that's the theme of the story. That's a lot of fun for me.
Oh yeah, that's really cool. Is he as cool as he seems to be on camera?
Yeah, nice, chill guys. Reminds me of Herschel, actually.
Oh, does he? That's awesome.
Yeah, reminds me of Herschel. Yeah.
Do you have anything you'd like to plug? A website, anything?
Yeah, if people want to see more of my stuff, they could go to Red at facebook.com and arthursuydam.com. That's the website, and one is my Facebook page. And as I'm finishing new projects and I'm doing drawings for people at these shows, I put those up on the Facebook thing.
Excellent. And we'll put that in the link in the description below, so check it out. Thank you, guys. Thank you again.
Pleasure.
Well, as you can see, Wizard World is an absolute blast. We had a lot of fun. I hope you guys had a lot of fun watching us have fun. They're all over the country, so we definitely recommend that you go. Wizard World, come on, have us on. You guys might actually be able to see us there, but Wizard World, you gotta put us there. So, guys, ask Wizard World to have Zombie Go Boom there, because, you know you want to. Right? See you next time.